Okay, Curt, I guess just your thoughts on Fernando's opportunity in terms of being a finalist, and maybe when you thought this was all possible.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think none of us were surprised that Fernando's a finalist. I think we all saw that coming for quite a long time, at least the last few weeks, and that he solidified his place the other night. So it's a credit to him for being as committed as he is to put himself in position to play like he plays, and to his teammates are a big part of that. And obviously the assistant coaches, Coach Shanahan, and in particular Coach Whitmer, who spends the most time with him. So, uh, you know, um, it wasn't a surprise, and I'm sure he'll represent himself in Indiana extremely well when he's out there.
Thank you.
We'll go Niz and then Zach Osterman.
Yeah, Curt, I mean, you knew obviously Alberto pretty well, and you got to know the family kind of before Fernando got here. But I don't. Is there anything that surprised you? You mean you've talked kind of throughout the fall, kind of passionately about how dedicated Fernando is, and what a good teammate he's been. But I don't know. Was there anything kind of that you've learned about him that's kind of maybe surprised you along the way?
Well, I think you learn a lot about everybody on your team. I don't know if surprise is the right word. Uh,
Sure.
I think there are unknowns entering every season, particularly with new guys. And what I would say about Fernando is what stands out to me is the way he performs when the game's on the line, and the plays that he makes, the throws he makes, and the big plays we've made in the passing game. And he's made a number of big plays with his legs as well. But we've been involved in quite a few tight contests away from home, on the road or on a neutral venue, and that's when he really seems to kind of lock in and play his best ball.
Zach and then Sammy.
Yeah, Curt, I'm curious, and I don't know how much time like you spend with him in the quarterback room or watching film or whatever, but just what you've witnessed of the dynamic between the brothers. I guess they've talked about how it's evolved through their respective careers, and at times they've talked about, leaning on one another. Alberto is the younger brother. Fernando, obviously, when he was coming to Indiana, asking Alberto about different things with your system and your process. Just how do you sort of see their relationship from your vantage point?
I mean, really close, a unique situation. And, a lot of the film and preparation, I'm sure, takes place back at the apartment. When they're here in the building, for the most part, they're with Coach Whitmer, the quarterback coach, in Chandler's office with the other quarterbacks, in the meetings or what have you. And there's times that they're both up here on their own on a Sunday after a game or something of that nature, normally in Coach Whitmer's office. So, I would say that Alberto's been a great resource for Fernando, particularly early on, because, he knew the ins and outs, and also provided, I think, good competition for Fernando, because, Alberto's a very confident guy. In his mind, he's better than Alberto, better than Fernando. And that's just the way he thinks, and that's why he's won 2 state championships, as a high school football player. But we all know that Fernando is an extremely intelligent guy, very dedicated, and the stories about his preparation, we've talked about at length.
Sammy, then Zach B.
Coach, when you came in, you talked about having a quarterback who's won Conference Player of the Year so many years in a row. Each guy has been different. What is one similar trait between all of them? And then how do you adjust your coaching, and how does your staff adjust your coaching to get the best out of each guy?
What I would say was they all had innate quarterback skills, and they were highly competitive. So, Ben DiNucci was the first one, played in the NFL for the Cowboys and maybe another team or two. and he was sort of a 1-2 run guy, very mobile kind of guy, a little bit of a gunslinger. Cole Johnson was a pure drop back passer that nobody thought, he had his skeptics, let me put it that way, in terms of the alumni base and the people that contributed to the program. But, he had one of the greatest years, certainly in JMU history. 44 touchdown passes, maybe 6 interceptions, over 4,000 yards passing. Very smart, Tom Brady-like, good touch on the ball. And then it was Todd Centeio from Miami, Florida, who had gone to Temple, Colorado State, he was an under center quarterback at Colorado State, 2-9 team, started by a year and a half. About 5'11 and a half, 6 foot, 210 pounds, thick guy. Really quick and fast for about 10 yards, really tough, had a strong arm, but wasn't a pocket guy, sort of a dual guy. And then Jordan McLeod, who had been at USF and then Arizona, and then Curtis, and now Fernando. So they were all different. The constants were probably Mike and I, for the most part, and Grant Kane. We built around them, and they all developed, and they had good weapons around them as well. A long answer.
Zach B, then Daniel.
Coach, yesterday Fernando told us how important it is to him, even when he's not necessarily studying or prepping for the next opponent. He's still just watching football and loves the sport in general. How important is it to have a quarterback that just simply loves the game of football outside of preparing?
Well, you got to love the process, that's for sure, to be the best you can be. And the process involves film study and practice and weights and nutrition and sleep and all that good stuff. So, you got to be committed and to your goal and have the discipline and work ethic and perseverance to see it through. And that's something Fernando certainly has.
Daniel, then Mike.
How did you handle all of this? I think you were around a Heisman winner in 2009 at Alabama. How much of what you saw that year kind of played into how you handled, trying to keep him in a strong headspace? I think Fernando said that he kind of started to hear the Heisman talk around after week 4, and it was kind of a challenge for him. So just how did you kind of try to handle him?
Yeah, I don't think really it affected me at all in terms of, anything that, I spend a lot of time with the offensive staff in the meetings in the mornings, putting together the plan and that kind of thing. When it comes to the coaches coaching the kids in the meeting room, I don't walk in their meetings. And on the practice field, I'll only interject something if I absolutely think it needs done, or if I'm not pleased with something. So Fernando, I think, is a real focused guy. I brought him in one day, I can't remember, maybe game 7 or 8, I can't even remember. And we spent about 28 seconds in here, not even that, probably 14. Regarding the Heisman and, dealing with it. And then he came in my front door and went out my side door, and that was it.
All right, Mike, and then back to Zach.
Coach, you've been asked a million times about, has the success you've had opened doors for recruiting? And I know you said it has, but this is kind of next level stuff here with a potential Heisman winner. I'm curious your reaction. Like, have you already started to see more doors open, or how has it changed with a quarterback achieving this level of success?
Well, again, this is a team goal as well, but it is an individual award that's given out. We've seen a lot of buzz because of the way we've won. And obviously Fernando's attention now at that position, I think creates a little bit more buzz, obviously. So, people that do their research see the quarterback success that we've had for a long, long time. And, it's a great award. A lot of great players have won this award. And, the key from my standpoint now is after the award is won and enjoyed, the ceremony, is let's lock in, get ready to prepare and play the next game.
All right, Zach, last one.
Curt, sorry, I know this is a little bit of a left turn, but I think there's been a lot of questions because of some pictures and videos that surfaced of Stephen Daly appearing to be injured kind of post-game Saturday. Do you have anything on his status kind of moving forward?
I can confirm that. This post-game was a little different than most, so I didn't get into the coach's room probably until 45 minutes after the game. And that was the first I had heard about it. And then we're walking to my press conference. Sunday was still sort of waiting a little bit on images to come back, that sort of thing. And, so that when I had my press conference with you guys on, I believe, Monday, right? Or Sunday, there was a little more information that still had to come in. I was still processing the whole thing because it was sort of unbelievable when I heard about it. And I think, that is why I said we had nobody hurt in the game, during the game. But I can confirm that he did sustain an injury, a serious injury that will probably make him not available for the remainder of the season.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.